introduce it because I'm so full of the top banter, you see.
So, tell me a bit more about Star Wars Battlefront.
It's good. It's all right. Hello and welcome to episode 137 of Heroes of Handheld, the world's premium podcast dedicated to everything handheld gaming. But you know what? We like to dabble into everything gaming because we're big gamers. Behind me, joining me in this special episode,
I was going to say behind you. Oh,
yeah, behind me is my laundry joining us. How are you feeling today? Manky pair of trousers at the end of my clothes horse. Brilliant. So I'm also joined by someone who's lower than the clothes horse on the pecking order. We have Mr. Pearson over there in sunny London.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right. Yes,
You're right.
I am very well. I'm looking forward to another evening full of the dedicated handheld gaming chatter that we bring to the table, because we're going to be talking loads about handheld and not just about PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh, that's awkward. Can I just say something? Like, your microphone is right in front of your face. So as the top professional you are, there you go. Fantastic. Now I can see your lovely face. So,
yay.
It's currently, I must say, like I'm talking about the weather. It's got to the stage in our podcasting careers where we talk about the weather in the opening of the show. But it's like something out of a Stephen King novel out there here in the south of England. I don't know what it's like for you up in London, but it's like the fog is set in. I feel like the demons from the other dimension are about to fall through. We're going to all get stuck in a Sainsbury's together, and we're going to go out and get killed by these massive monsters. Sounds like a plan. Do that.
It's not foggy here. It's like overcast, but it's not as bad. It's been bucketing it down today. It's been blowing a hoolie out there. It's been horrible.
Get over it. We're a handheld gaming podcast, not a weather podcast, for God's sake. Right. So what have you been playing this week, Chris? Right.
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4.
I've played a little bit on my 3DS. I played a little bit on my phone, but I've just been I put a few hours into Uncharted 4.
It's amazing how both the games we've been playing this week are nothing to do with handheld gaming.
Well,
anyway,
so I've been playing. I have been playing some of the Uncharted game that's on the phone, which I like.
Of course, there's an Uncharted game.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Because we're starting to see more and more games come out that like you play on your phone to earn like currency for the console version. So I was really into the Star Wars game that came out. I don't know if you remember that. The like Star Wars Battlefront app. And I'm playing the Uncharted one as well. What do you think about them?
What could you possibly have on an Uncharted app? What do you do on this app?
Well, I tell you what, it's very like Hitman Go / Tomb Raider Go. It's that kind of puzzle grid thing where you're trying to get to the end in a minimum amount of moves, and you're trying to grab the treasure before the spikes come down on you. It's all right, you know. For anyone who's watching at home, I'll pop it on the video. So that's how it looks, Colin. So you can see puzzly. You've got like a grid that you can move around, and obviously you get shot and all this kind of stuff happens. Oh no, over. I really like it, but the first day it came out, it didn't work on HTC phones, or at least on my HTC One M8. And then by the time I kind of got really into it, Uncharted 4 came out on PS4, and it came out yesterday in the UK, and I just put so many hours into it. I just got home, I turned it on, and I went to bed at like a late time.
Now, I have to say, it makes sense for companies and publishers and developers to make these apps, because not only was this app free.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, what it shows to me and what they're doing is this came out before the console version here in Europe, so it's a good way of getting people, because the Uncharted 3, it's been a while since Uncharted 3, so maybe people who aren't in tune with all the gaming news websites, maybe people who weren't aware that the fourth one was coming out, maybe people who've forgotten how much they love the Uncharted series, they see this app in the store and they think, oh, I remember Uncharted, I used to like that game, so they download the game on their phone, they realize, you know what, Uncharted is really good, if another game was to come out in a few weeks' time, I would definitely buy it. Would you say that's what this has done with, well, I'm assuming you were going to buy Uncharted 4 anyway, but would this game encourage anyone to, if someone had never played an Uncharted game before, but they owned a PS4, would this app encourage them to buy Uncharted 4? What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
Honestly, I don't think it would encourage them, but I think it's a publicity thing, isn't it? Like for them, for Sony to put out a kind of a little game that people can play, and it means as well that if you really are into Uncharted, you're playing this when you're on the tube and when you're at work, and then when you get home, you're playing more Uncharted. Like they've kind of they're providing you with an Uncharted experience from the beginning to the end of the day, like which I think is probably what they're aiming for.
And what does this give to you in the main game?
It gives you currency that you can spend on the main game for like on skins and weapons and stuff, all that kind of multiplayer business. Very similar to Star Wars, actually. Cool. I like it. I like getting more Uncharted. I think it plays really well. Can't complain. Like and it's free. I played it more than I've played the game that I downloaded for 99 app problems or whatever the feature's called.
Nice. We'll get into that in a second, but let's forget about free apps. Let's talk about the meat of this. What is Uncharted 4 like?
So I'm taking Uncharted 4 at a good pace because I don't want to ruin it for myself too quick. So far, it's beautiful. Like it's really stunning. I think the gameplay is very fun. What I've played so far. I think the story has got potential. I'm only sort of 5-6 chapters in, so I'm sort of a quarter of the way.
Is it style over substance? Because I'm hearing loads of people saying that it's absolutely amazing to look at. It looks absolutely gorgeous on the PS4. But
I don't know. I don't think it's style over substance. I think it looks impeccable, but I think that even if it didn't, it would still be fun to play because it's just it's satisfying. Like the story is kind of enough to keep you going. The gameplay is different. The climbing mechanics are stellar. The shooting is fun. I don't know if I like the gunplay as much as I did in the other one. They seem to have they seem to also have taken a lot from the Last of Us in the way that you have these kind of walking sections that break up the action a bit, which is very Last of Us, walking around a corridor and stabbing a zombie. I guess it's a bit like that, but I'm enjoying it a lot. And like when this podcast is done, I'm going to go and play some more because it's just that compelling. And I want to get into that world and I want to hang out one last time with Nathan and with Sully and with Elena and all the crew,
So is this definitely the end of Uncharted?
Well, they've called it a Thief's End, and Naughty Dog has said this is their last one.
Yeah, but if it does it's obviously done really well. Everyone seems to be playing it who has a PS4. Surely, and they'll just get another developer in to continue the series, which companies have done before.
Yeah, and I think Sony own the IP as well, so Sony could get another team on if they wanted to. As far as my understanding of it is, but I think if you got another team, it'd lose something. It's Naughty Dog. It's that attention to detail that you get with a Naughty Dog game.
Yeah. Makes me think of the Batman games when obviously Rocksteady came back in the end, but when Origins was given to Montreal, I can't remember the company, but the other team did it, and it wasn't as good as the other ones. Didn't review as well. But it depends how keen they are to keep raking in the Nathan Drake cash. But the big question is that it's on everyone's lips and everyone's mind. Is it as good? I know it's difficult to really compare the two, but is it as good as Golden Abyss?
I mean, what could be as good as Golden Abyss, really, Colin? It's all right so far, but I've not got to hold my controller up to the light.
Oh. Please tell me you have to scratch your TV screen to do sections to get dirt off things.
Stop it! Yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. What have you been playing this week?
Right, so once again, I've not really played much handheld games. I'm not going to lie, I have not touched Her Story this week. That sounds like an innuendo there, doesn't it? I've not touched Her Story this week. But I will finish that. I will. So I've still not downloaded 7, but I finally ripped off the film over Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront for my Xbox One, which was given to me as a birthday prezi. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. That game is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. I'm hooked, obsessed. And that is saying my 2 prime games on my Xbox have been Gears of War Ultimate Edition and also FIFA 16. I believe that this Battlefront, the Star Wars Battlefront game, is my first proper experience of next gen gaming. Because fair enough, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, it looked pretty, it looked nice, but it was just a reskin of a game from Xbox 360. FIFA 16, it's just a football game. This game, built for next gen, absolutely gorgeous landscapes. And I'm standing there in the battlefield, playing online against 40 other people in this battlefield. And I'm thinking, this is absolutely incredible. There's Y wings, there's X wings, there's the I can't remember the things, the big horse things that walk along. Yeah, those running everywhere. There's gunfire, there's explosions. Seriously, it's absolutely incredible. I can't stop playing it. I'm obsessed with it. And on Battlefront, it tells you what DLC they're going to be releasing in the future. And I tell you, there's going to be a Death Star map released in the future. And I tell you, when that comes out, I will pay for that. That will be absolutely incredible. I'm really loving it, really digging it. And yeah, I really like it. There's no story to it, obviously, because it's just Battlefront, but it's just great. It looks nice. It plays well. Really enjoying it. And my first game, I got a little pickup, and straight away I was given the option to be a Darth Vader. Come on, people. Oh, so good. Anyway,
I'm really curious to hear what you think of it in a week's time, because I played a lot of Battlefront Star Wars on my PS4, and I really enjoyed it. But I found that I kind of burnt myself out on it, and then I had to take a break a bit and come back because there's only so many modes, and especially there's more now. But when I started, there was only so many.
I've only ever had one mode, and that is uplinking stations and also trying to stop the big walkie things, AT things from doing shit.
I would think, I say as well with that game, is it is amazing just how accurate they've got it to feel like you're in the Star Wars universe. Like even the way the guns feel, which doesn't make any sense because in Star Wars, really none of the main characters use guns all that much. But there's that kind of pew pew pew, and it's just oh, it's so Star Warsy. It's so nice.
The sound in it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
really,
it is. It's beautiful.
They've got everything. Yeah, the noise of the guns. Oh, so good, so good. Really, yeah. I mean, I do wonder whether I'm going to get a bit not sick of it, but get a bit oh, yeah, I've done this so many times now. Move on, but we will wait and see. But I'm really enjoying it. I haven't even opened Arkham Knight yet, which I've also got on my Xbox One. I will delve into that once I've burned myself out of Battlefront. But I mean, the other games I've been playing this week include the game I downloaded for our 99 problems, but an app ain't one segment. Do you like that segue there? Pretty good.
Good name.
So the game I downloaded was called Criminal Case, and I've actually been quite hooked on this week. I really enjoyed it. It's pretty much just a I don't know how to really describe the genre, but you look at the scene, and at the bottom there's objects that you have to find in this scene. So it's pretty much you look around and try and find them hidden in the picture somewhere. But they've tried to make a story out of it. So basically you're a detective. You have to solve these crimes, and you solve crimes by going to crime scenes and finding different objects. Then you have to interview suspects, and you have to pin the blame on someone. It's really good. I'm actually enjoying it. It's amazing what they've managed to stretch out just a very basic idea into quite an interesting plot. The only issue is there is a lot of in-app purchases you can make to make it a bit easier for yourself and make the game how do I say this? Make certain actions not take as long to complete. Need stars to do different actions, and you get stars by getting enough points in each scene. When you first start the game, you get stars really easily, but as you get further in, you have to get 2 million points, and for each level you play, you get about 300,000 points. So it is a bit frustrating, and it can take up to 5 hours. If you have a piece of evidence and you have to examine it, it'll take about 5 hours. For it to be examined, unless you want to pay 79p to have it done instantly. So I mean, I've played these sort of games before where they look like they're free, but then there's loads of little extras that you can buy to make the game work quicker, basically. But I mean, it's not been a problem for me because I play it at night, I put it down, and when loads of things, like obviously you only get a certain amount of energy as well. Once you've used up all your energy, you have to wait for it to replenish. Once again, you can pay to get your energy back up, or you can wait about 15 minutes for it to go up again. I mean, I've not even for a second thought about buying anything on this app. I've just waited, really. I've played it in the evening, played it again in the morning, and then played it again in the afternoon again as well. So yeah, it's good. It's called Criminal Case, and I've been enjoying it. It's free, but expect to get frustrated if you're the sort of gamer who wants to complete things straight away. Anyway, Chris, how's your?
I think you enjoyed yours more than I enjoyed mine. I've been playing the Sing karaoke game.
It's so good, that game.
I didn't like it at all.
Why?
Because it didn't understand how good my voice is, Colin. I sung and it was like, no, you're not hitting the notes. It is like, you can actually, if you go to @handheld podcast, if I did it right, I think you can actually hear one of my acapellas.
I did see a tweet. I did see the tweet.
Yeah, it's like, it's fine. It's just not for me. It's a karaoke game. You can there's a nice range of tracks. You can. What I quite liked was that after you've recorded it, you can like remaster your voice and stuff, so you can make it sound a bit better if you want to share it with people. I think probably someone who's into singing a lot would get a lot out of this, but I found like, because my phone's a bit crap as well, I just didn't really try. Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't really great for me, but I would say, do have a listen to the version that I put on the Twitter @handheld podcast, because there's some quite good audio to go.
I'll definitely check that out instantly as soon as we finish recording. So let's have a look and see.
I'm just listening to it now. Oh God, it's so bad. Don't worry, it's that whole thing where, dude, like listeners, you have to listen to this. It's so bad, but it's that thing of like, when you play a SingStar game. And if it turns out that the volume you're going at, hey Shona, is like your pitch is just way too high or way too low. So you have to try and like hike your way up a couple of octaves. There's quite a lot of that in the song. Do you want to build a snowman? It's pretty special.
Is it like pay 79p to have the best voice or sound like Taylor Swift?
I wish. I wish. Colin,
right.
What did you do?
So what?
Lola, Colin's girlfriend is eating dinner in the background.
I'll just turn the camera a little bit. There we go.
Are we interrupting?
Just imagine like a whole family of people just to turn up.
Just more and more people come out the door.
There's loads of people like, I'm just sitting in someone's house and someone just comes in. Anyway, right. So, what app are we downloading this week? What have you got, Chris? I've got a great one. I've got a brilliant one. So, the 99th app on the top grossing. Is it grossing or grossing? I say grossing. I'm
grossing, I think.
I say gross for some reason. Grossing apps number 99 is Kendall and Kylie, which is of the Kardashian variety. Oh God. This is going to be good. So, I don't really know much about this. I've heard of this game because my partner, who's sitting behind me having dinner, is a big fan of the Kardashians. And anyone who's a long-term listener will have heard her talk about a Kardashian game about a year ago. So that's a good old throwback. But this game is called Kendall and Kylie, who are the youngest of the Kardashian-Jenner family. And there's a game centered around them. So I will unfortunately be playing that this week. But what will you have, Chris?
I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing a game. Oh God, I'm going to be playing a game by Big Fish Games called Fairway Solitaire Blast.
Wow, that's. It sounds like they have a solitaire game, and then they got a bag filled with words, and they pulled words out like to choose the name of their game.
How can it make solitaire more exciting? Hey, by the way, I played your Extreme Golf. Yeah. That was all right, wasn't it?
I'm still playing that. I really like it. I think it's really good. I'm trying to platinum all the different levels. I've only done 2 so far. But yeah, if anyone here hasn't played it yet, definitely check it out. It's Flick Golf Extreme.
Yeah, right.
And it's really good, and it's free on Android and iOS. There's no excuse really. Oh my God, Chris, do you have Instagram? Do you have the Instagram app on your phone? Look at the new. Has it updated on your phone? Have a look. Look at the little icon for it.
The new logo, isn't there?
What is that? That's like, I like that. I think that's better than the old one.
Great. This is making great listening.
No, seriously, look. That's multi-platform because whilst people listen, they'll get their phones out and have a look. If anyone's like watching on the old stream, the YouTube video, look at that icon. Look at that. What is that all
Look
about?
at that. What's going on?
That is insane. I like that. Do you reckon they pay people millions of pounds to design these buttons, these app icons?
It's money well spent.
It's like when they had the new Google logo. Also, can we give a quick shout out to the fact that there's going to be some footage of Mass Effect Andromeda shown in a few weeks' time by EA? Can we just appreciate that? And the fact they confirmed it's coming out early 2017. It's been pushed back from 2016 to early 2017. And also today, this is hot off the press, EA have also confirmed that there's going to be a Star Wars Battlefront 2. And are we surprised?
Hooray!
Yay! More Hoff! Woo! Anyway, let's get on to the news because we're probably running long. You can start, Chris. Do it.
Okay. So, Colin, they announced yesterday the appearances and what the new starters for Pokemon Sun and Moon look like. Really quickly, I'm going to tell you their names.
We are running out of names here.
I'm going to tell you the names. You have to tell me what you think the Pokemon looks like. Okay.
Okay.
The first one is a grass and flying type Pokemon called Rowlet. But what does Rowlet look like?
Rowlet. Oh, is it like a little pig, like a piglet?
Okay, you're saying a grass and flying type Pokemon is a little pig.
Well, that's what piglets. Come on.
Okay. Number 2 is Litten, who's a fire type.
Litten. Is it a cat that breathes fire, like a kitten? And the Litten kitten.
Number 3 is your water type Pokemon. It's called Poplio.
Poplio. Is that like a water squirrel?
I'm going to give you 1 point, Colin, out of 3.
Oh, really?
It is a kitten.
Yay!
It's a kind of a little fiery cat, and it looks like it spits fire. Poplio is actually it's a seal. It's like a sea lion. You know, those like clappy ones you get in circuses.
Do you get sea lions in circuses? I think
you used to get them before it was bad. Yeah.
There.
And
cool.
Rowlet is a grass and flying type Pokemon who's actually a round owl, like an owlet.
Oh yes.
Rowlet is adorable though. We're keen on Rowlet. So yeah, and they also announced the release date of the game. It's coming out 23rd November if you're in the UK, or I think it's the 18th of November if you're in America. There's like a couple of days delay. I don't know why. It's a 5-day delay, but it's coming out in November on the 18th in the States and on 23rd over here. They also revealed the starters. We said that, and the legendaries, one of which looks like a big sunny dog, and the other one looks like a big moony bat.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. There's also, I thought I'd peg this as well. There's some really nice Pokemon 3DS XL covers, which are coming out in Japan on June the 9th, which is there's a Pikachu one and a really cute Eevee one, which will embed in the, I think it's just Japan at the moment, but we'll embed that in the article so you can have a look at those. But yeah, new starters for Pokemon Sun and Moon, new legendaries for Pokemon Sun and Moon. There's a trailer, which makes it look really nice. It looks kind of, I guess, like Hawaiian probably. And yeah, you can check that out by going to heroesofhandheld.com. Colin, what's happening with you, mate?
Well, the first thing I want to talk about is a game that's been hardly anticipated. I think we've mentioned this before, but because I have the memory of a goldfish, I cannot remember when. So this is a game called Lumo. And for those of you who don't know what this game is, it is a game that's a modern take on the classic isometric styled platform adventure game. It's highly anticipated. It's coming from Rising Star Games. This article here from develop-online.net says that it is one of the most anticipated indie games of 2016. I'm just going to quickly Google it and have a look at the art style for it, see if it is ringing any bell. Oh, I do remember this. Yes, we have mentioned this. Like, it's a puzzle game where you're looking at a room, and it's like given the illusion of being 3D, but it's not. And there's loads of like different security things in your way.
So I remember this now.
Yeah. So we've only got a release date for this. It's coming out on PS4, PC, Mac, and Linux on May the 24th. But the Vita version, along with the Xbox One version, is coming out in June. What's interesting about this article is that it says at the end, when it says when it's being released, it says with versions for PlayStation Vita and Xbox One, comma, the all-in-one games and entertainment system from Microsoft, comma, to follow in June.
That's so weird.
So why are they trying? Why are they saying as if no one reading this article would know what an Xbox One is? And why did it sound like they've been paid by Microsoft to endorse it?
It very much does sound like that, doesn't it?
So, a contemporary take on the isometric platform genre, Lumo can be enjoyed by anyone looking for an absorbing, challenging, and rewarding adventure. This is from the publishers who have described this, obviously. For those who lived through the golden age of video games, and that's the 80s and 90s, or know about the games and culture from that time, there is layer upon layer of nods and winks to be discovered and relished in Lumo, with over 400 rooms across 4 distinct zones, 6 hidden mini-games, and all kinds of wonders to uncover. Lumo is a true voyage of discovery. They really know how to describe it, don't they? That's really good. It reminds me of my creative writing back in GCSE English. What's interesting, where it says across 4 distinct zones, like 400 rooms across 4 distinct zones, it makes me think of the Crystal Maze. You know,
yeah, I was just thinking Crystal Maze too, actually.
Start the fans, please. Anyway, God, I love Crystal Maze. That was a great film. Right, so that was my first bit of news. I'm quite excited about this. It's a shame that we haven't got an official release date for Vita, but it's coming in June. So not too long after the console, Mac, and PC version. Right, so what else have you got for me? Lay it on me thick and fast.
All right then, Colin. Ace Attorney, a.k.a. Pheonix Wright, a.k.a. Go on, say it.
Objection!
There we go. A new Ace Attorney has been announced, which is coming out in the West in September 2016. It's called Pheonix Wright, Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. It comes out in North America and Europe as a digital download only this September. There's loads of information about this on the Capcom website. We'll link to the full blog post that announced it. It's really exciting, though. So at the start of the game, Pheonix goes to this place in the Kingdom of Kura Inn, which is a place where they don't have lawyers and a legal system. Instead, trials and verdicts are decided by visions conjured by seances from the royal priestess of Kuruin herself, whose name is Rifa Padma Kuruin.
What the hell are you talking about?
In these trials, you don't have a lawyer, so defendants are helpless. So Pheonix Wright is stepping in to, see if he can solve the case. Meanwhile, Apollo Justice is doing his best to, keep things ticking over back at base, and he's going to be working on a case that has massive implications. I thought this game, it looks really exciting. It looks pretty weird, but really exciting. It's going to cost £25 in the UK, $30 in America, which, by the way, is ridiculous. $30 to £24, and €30 as well. And yeah, it's coming out exclusively as a digital download, which is really interesting. I thought that was quite a brave move from them. But yeah, you can. There's some really good-looking pictures of this on the blog post. We'll embed them at heroesofhandheld.com. There's also a trailer which makes it look really exciting and really edgy. So do go to Heroes of Handheld and you can check all that out. It looks really good, I think. Colin, are you going to get this?
Definitely. I do like Ace. Well, I've played Pheonix Wright once. That was on my iPad when they had... It was like... I can't remember what the game was called, but there's an episodic adventure on iPad, and I downloaded the first episode, but then you had to pay for the rest. It was really interesting, really intriguing, and it didn't hold your hand. You actually had to discover things yourself, which I thought was nice. Like if you said objection at the wrong time, the judge would have a go at you, which I thought was quite funny. It like, if you do that again, you'll be out of my court, and then his hair would flop forward because he was sad.
It's such a cool idea for a game. I'm so glad they managed to keep it going.
Good. Yeah, it's good. I do like it. I just wish it was on Vita, because then it would be perfect. Right, so I've got news of another game that's coming to PlayStation Vita. This coming summer, PS4 and PlayStation Vita will be getting Nuclear Golf. So as we've mentioned before, I'm a big fan of ye old golfing games, and this is a 2D golf game from developer Touch Fight Games. It's coming this summer. No firm release date was announced. And it's also going to be getting a PC release later on this year as well. It's going to be cross-buy on PlayStation, with PlayStation Plus members receiving a launch discount as well. So you'll be getting it a bit cheaper if you have PlayStation Plus. Set in and around a radiation-filled post-apocalyptic country club, Nuclear Golf features explosions, destructible terrain, and boss battles as the above trailer. There's the trailer on this article shows, which I'm going to we'll put on the article as well. But
yeah, we'll embed that.
I mean, golf games I do love, but 2D golf game, I'm not too sure how this is going to work. Maybe it's one of those games where, like, when you hit the ball, you've got to try and make it go as far as possible by hitting things, and it goes further. Or maybe, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do with this. But we'll definitely put the trailer for this in the article for this episode. Just looking here, that the developer, one of the workers at the developer, has said about he's explained how you can level up your balls. I mean, leveling my balls is something I could worry about, to be honest. So there you go. So yeah, this is coming out to Vita this summer. So watch your space for details of the official release date. But if you've got PlayStation Plus, be excited because you'll be getting it slightly cheaper. Boom. Right. What else you got for me, Chris?
Okay, Colin. This is big. All right. This is arguably the biggest news topic of the week. I think we need to give a lot of time to it. So what if I told...
I'm ready.
Right.
Ready.
There was a big update for the 3DS this week. A big software update has just been released. It's version 11.0.0-33U. And I don't want to alarm you, Colin, but this update does bring improvements to overall system stability and minor adjustments.
Oh, God. I'm too stable for this.
I know.
I
thought my 3DS couldn't get any stabler, but apparently it just keeps going.
It's so stable that you put it in a stable, then a horse rode off with it. That's how stable it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagine your 3DS is like shaking on the desk, and like this update will like make it stop. Like it's like shuddering at the moment, and then you like update, and it'll just like lay flat. That's very exciting.
So
that's weird because I thought the Vita was like I thought the Vita was the platform for your stability. You know, if you want some stability, you went to the Vita. You know, but it's good to see that the 3DS is fighting back in that department.
Yeah, they're all pretty stable, but it's just what a time to play. Like, how could you get a handheld console this stable? But they just keep going.
I just don't know how stable they're going to get. Really, it's going to get to a point where they're so stable you can't even move them anymore. They're just like bricks, like cement. Good. Right. So, is there anything else coming apart from stability? Is there any other little features, or is it just stability?
No, just stability and overall system performance. I'll let you do one more, then I'll finish you off.
I've got another game that's coming to Vita. There's just too many games coming to Vita. I cannot cope. So this is coming to Vita on the 24th of May. So we've not got much longer to wait for this. And this is called Downwell. And this is an article that was posted on the US PlayStation blog by the developers. And it's developed by one man. So normally on the PlayStation blog, when a publisher or developer writes an article about their game, it lists the name of the developer. For this one, it's just called Downwell Creator. So unless he's named his company Downwell Creator, I'm assuming it's just one guy, and that guy is Ojiru Fumoto. And he has said that in Downwell, you descend into a deep well filled with monsters and traps. Equipped with the gun boots, a set of boots that let you shoot bullets from your feet. I think we sort of gathered that by the name gun boots. You'll be using it to clear your way of enemies, or as a way to slow your descent using its recoil. On your way down, you'll find different guns, shops of helpful items, and upgrades like explosive balloons or a set of silverware to eat your foes with. What is going on? The well is randomly generated, so no two trips down will ever be the same. So that's really interesting. Not too keen on the art style, though. Very basic. Just looks like only 3 colors are being used: black, white, and red. But it looks oddly creepy as well. So, we're always liking like these small independent developers like I'm assuming it's just this guy on his own making this. So, yeah, it's always nice to have new IPs coming to PlayStation Vita. But it's called Downwell, coming out May 24th. As I said, I'm not too keen on the art style at the moment, but once again, we'll put the trailer in the article for this episode of Heroes of Handheld, and you can make up your own decision on that. Right.
Okay, so Colin, this is big.
Chris. Oh, not again.
I want you to go to nintendo.co.uk.
Yeah.
And then do /fashion at the end.
Oh no. Is there more shoes? More van shoes?
Sure.
Let's have a look. Right, it's loading. Here we go. Oh, it's all pink. It's very pretty. Right, I see it. Oh.
Nintendo have finally announced that Style Savvy Fashion Forward is coming to North America on the 19th of August.
God.
This is big. This is really big. It's already out over here. There's some bundles and stuff over here, but people in America have been waiting for this game for so long, and finally it's coming out 19th of August. It's a customizing game. You engage with your sim, you give them different clothes, you can hook up your amiibo and give it like a peach wig and things like that. Weirdly enough, Colin, we didn't actually.
You're aroused by this? Is that what you're about to say?
No, I was going to say, weirdly enough, we didn't actually cover this game when it came out. I can't imagine why.
Oh no!
But yeah.
you missed a trick.
But
wow! So there you go.
Coming to America on the 19th of August. You can see a trailer on our website, heroesofhandheld.com. And yeah, when it was released in Europe, there was a nice little bundle that came with it. So maybe that version will come out as well. I think that's TBC, not yet announced, but it looks fine. I'm sure it'll be fun. I think they're probably.
I'm going to say that this looks like it's going to be very similar to the Kylie and Kendall game I'm going to be playing this week for 99 problems, but an app ain't one.
Yeah, I think that's probably right, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the sparkle effect. That's pretty cool. Look at that. All the stars are shining.
You can also give your character a Yoshi hoodie, which is adorable.
Wow. The only thing I would say about this website is that they've got the Instagram logo wrong. Schoolboy error right there. Yeah. It's the old one, sister. Anyway, well, that was just amazing. Thank you for telling me about that.
Big news. And that's everything from me this week.
Slow news week?
Yeah.
Slow news week.
Quite a slow news week.
Right, okay. Let's have a look. So I've got one last thing to end on, and this is the list of the top-selling games for PlayStation Vita in Europe and North America for April. So, Chris, what was the big game that came out for Vita in April?
Oh, Severed.
You had to think about that. That's brilliant. Right, so this is the moment of truth. Do we think, well, I know I've already seen it, but do you think that Severed has stormed in to number one? What do you think?
I think number one in terms of Vita, but probably not number one in terms of PlayStation.
Probably not, because it wasn't released on PlayStation. Were you trying to say a joke?
No, but I mean, like, if you just look at the PSN chart, it won't be number one. But if you look at just for Vita,
this breaks it down, you knobhead.
Oh well, yes, then of course it was number one for Vita, surely.
Oh, do you wanna stick with that? Are you confident?
Yeah, I do. I am confident.
Right, so we're going to start with the US top downloaded games. And at number one in America, North America, it is Severed.
Hey.
So this is in America. Looking at the top 10, number 2 is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, Risk of Rain, which I'm hearing really good things about. Persona 4 Golden, still in there. That game just won't die, will it? People love it. Axiom Verge, Minecraft, the Vita version, another game that's just constantly in the charts there. No matter what platform, it's always in the charts, it seems. Grand Theft Auto PS Vita Collection, XCOM Enemy Unknown, Shovel Knight, and Civilization Revolution 2 Plus are all there in the top 10 for Vita. So, good to see that Severed has made such a strong start in North America. So, we head over to Europe. Do you think that we Europeans have followed in the Americans' wake? Have we led by example? Are we all buying Severed? Has it gone straight in at number one? What do you think, Chris?
I would hope so, but did it come out a bit later over here, or have I made that up?
I think it came out the same day, mate. I think it came out the same day.
Then yeah, I'd like to think so.
Right, so let me read you. Well, let me give you a snippet of some games that are in this list here. So, the Assassin's Creed Chronicles trilogy, that's gone straight in at number 7. Not well, I would have got higher actually. That's obviously Assassin's Creed, big name there, but clearly people are not too fussed about that. Civilization Revolution 2 Plus is at number 9. Risk of Rain is at number 10. Sword Art Online number 6. XCOM number 5. Blah blah blah. Number 3 is Minecraft. So, right, we're down to the top 2. So the 2 games it could be are either Severed or Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. What do you think is at number 1?
It's gotta be Severed, hasn't it?
The number 1 title, the best-selling PlayStation Vita game for April is Digimon Story.
No way!
Severed has gone in at number 2, which really does surprise me. Digimon, God, that's such a popular franchise. Digimon, it's. Would you say it's like the PlayStation equivalent of Pokemon? Would you say that?
I don't know. That surprises me a lot, actually.
It does. It surprises me as well. I really thought Severed would go in at number 1, but I mean, it's still got in at number 2, which is strong. It's ahead of Minecraft and also the Assassin's Creed game, as I was saying about. But it is a shame that it couldn't go in at number 1. Maybe that will change when the May statistics come out. It'd be interesting to know how close they were. Actually, it doesn't give us any exact sales figures, but yeah, I mean, I think I remember the developers of Severed, Drinkbox Studios, did an AMA on Reddit.
That was really interesting, actually. I read that,
and the question that someone asked is how well. Obviously, the person who asked the question said, "Oh, you might not be able to answer this, but could you give us a hint of how well Severed has done? How has it sold on PlayStation Vita?" And all they could say is that it has strong sales figures compared to other games. So I don't know what that means. Does that mean you're selling well in terms of a Vita game, but not making much money? Who knows? And they've said how much they love the Vita, and yeah, they've said about Guacamole 2 and all that sort of stuff as well. So there you go. So Severed is number 2. Shame it couldn't get to number 1 in Europe, but it's number 1 in North America. So at least some Vita owners on one side of the Atlantic are doing it right. That's good to know. Right, so that's all the news I've got. That is a clean sweep of news there, I would say.
There's a lot of I like that there's still announcements coming in for Vita.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the stuff for Nintendo is getting a bit cyclic, but I like that there's still announcements for good games for Vita.
I don't know that game you showed me. That fashion game that's going places,
Yeah, that's true. This Lumo game looks amazing, by the way. But what was the news on it?
That it's got a release date, a release window.
Oh, because okay, cool. I see.
Why? What were you about to say?
Because I'm just reading an article on a PlayStation blog that says it comes out April 22nd on PS4 and PS Vita.
What? Well, that's obviously not right.
Maybe that's America. That might just be America.
America, yeah.
I'm sure
you're
just
going to be confused now. Let me go.
America.
It must have been my release date. Are you saying that my little birds have been giving me incorrect information? Let's have a look. Yeah, it had a new release date, so it's pushed back.
Cool.
Yeah, so
okay, that's fine.
June. Right, so just one quick thing. Do you remember, is that game that we spoke about last year? You remember The Last Guardian that everyone was talking about?
Yeah.
Ayo!
Well, yeah. The little boy in the dog thing.
So, has there been any more discussed about that since? Is it out?
nothing.
Is it been released? Well, that's good. That's
It's
really
meant
good.
to be coming out this year, but who
Probably
knows?
not.
Who knows with that game?
I'm actually really excited for E3 this year because they're going to have Mass Effect stuff. They're going to have Gears of War 4 stuff, Battlefront 2. I think E3 is going to be pretty exciting this year. And it's the June the 14th is when it takes place. June the 14th to the 16th in LA. We need to actually hurry up and get our press passes for that because we're flying off to LA.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we need to hurry. Do you reckon if we registered, we'd be able to get press passes? Do you reckon for next year? Do you reckon?
Sure.
Good.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, we should try. Oh, it's so good. How do you do it? Media registration. I'm good. I'm going to have a look into this. Whilst Chris says all the ending bits.
Well, Colin, I will say all the ending bits. Thank you very much for listening to this week's episode of Heroes of Handheld. We are your weekly handheld podcast dedicated to all things, whether it be 3DS, Vita, Android, iOS, or any of the other things you can play with in your hands. You can follow us at Handheld Podcast on Twitter, and why not go to the website heroesofhandheld.com, where you can see past episodes and also get more information on our other projects. You can find us on Facebook by searching for Heroes of Handheld, and you can also subscribe on YouTube. Again, search Heroes of Handheld, all one word on YouTube. Our thanks always to the Schnauzer Radio Orchestra, whose theme music, they composed the theme music for this show. It's called Insert Coin, and it comes from our album Music for a 1950s Video Game. We'll be back next Wednesday. Colin, we'll be playing these games that we've downloaded as part of the 99th app. I'm doing this, whatever it was called, Extreme Killer Solitaire 5.
Great.
Colin, what's your game again?
Kendall and Kylie.
Oh, yes, can't wait.
It's going to be top. It's going to be top.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Thank you for listening, everybody. I'm going to apply for us to go to E3 next year. You just wait and see. Have a great week. Speak to you soon.
Bye.